All right, day in the life. Just woke up. It is about 9 a.m. right now. And generally speaking, wake up at around 7:30. I'm usually up by like 6-ish, but like, like you wake up and then you're kind of like still like in that last bit of sleep zone. That's actually what I do. And then around 7 o'clock, I basically hit the restroom, any other normal guy, crawl back into my bed and just like, just get warm. I don't like the cold much, and right now it is quite cold. I'm on Hong Kong Island, right by the zoo for the people that know it. Oh, dude, I think that's the Bank of China Tower right there. And then, you have all the other major towers right here, but do a little bit of work, plan out my to-do list, actually review it, and then now I'm gonna get ready to go head down to the gym, which is fortunately very grateful. It's also in my building. I do a little bit of cardio and then just to get the sweat out, warm up. But I usually don't do weight training in the morning. I probably do it in the afternoon. Let's get ready to head out. Alrighty, trucking down the hall. Usually during the morning time, that's actually when they do housekeeping out here in Asia. So we believe in, getting proper service. I'm just whispering because I know other people are still sleeping right now. We're also considerate. These are the things that I don't miss about America. You pay about like $5,000, $6,000 for like a 1-bedroom just to get treated like shit in your own building. Doesn't even come with the gym. You gotta pay an additional fee. They sure as heck ain't gonna freaking come out there and clean it for you. Your neighborhood's not safe. People are scared to jog past the police. At this point, I'm just ranting right now. But honestly speaking, I'm going down this wonderful elevator, just feeling very grateful that I actually live here now instead of, country that I was born and raised in. Things look a little crazy back home, but getting ready to make my way through the lobby into the gym. That is the lobby. We got basically, I love how we always have vending machines down here. And of course, it's feeling extra festive because it's Chinese New Year. Heading to the gym. Let's get it.
In here and you watch Time Canvas, we actually release certain ones that makes you feel joy and it makes you feel closer and more connected to other people.
The world could use more pandemic.
It certainly could.
Just a couple of years there, hoping to.
This month, connecting Africa to the pharmaceutical sector. The sector will be a key component of the well-managed on the continent.
Connecting Africa only on CNN in association with a Fraxin Bank. Became glorious here.
All right, so just finished cardio. It was supposed to only be for 35 minutes. Shit, with the full 60. That means I'm late for something, but that's okay. Even when I don't get everything I need done, still getting more done than my competition. It's a good time right now because I have essentially the whole apartment gym to myself. Right here, you guys can see. I actually didn't record the session earlier. There's somebody here. She didn't say no, but I just felt like if I was like, yeah, can I should probably say yes, but she seemed like a very nice person. Sometimes you gotta do that as a creator. This is the gym. All the news is up. And then now, oh my god, these towels right here, they're a game changer. The sterilized towels. They're not the eucalyptus towels at Equinox, but they will have to do. Let's see here. I was actually gonna say earlier, like, boom, yeah, They always have it like stocked. Oh my gosh, it's nice and warm. It's like when you get like an order of Peking duck, those pancakes, it feels just like that. And yes, no joke, it smells wonderful. It's not a full-size gym, but they more or less do. Like in Asia, we don't have as much real estate, especially down here in Hong Kong. So like, I've actually never seen this kind of machine where they combine like the chest fly, lateral, whatever that guy is. But this thing is like an effing transformer. The staff here actually showed me how to use it when I first got in here. And you know, we got the yoga mats and the medicine balls out here. Tons of cardio. I have no idea why I'm surrounded by hills. They love cardio out here. Love cardio out here. So like the weights don't go up that heavy either. You can see right there, it's just the rack. So now kind of like when I get off of the cardio machine, I do this in the morning, and then after lunch, I kind of rest up a little bit, then I'll hit the weights if I feel like it. I don't do it every day, I'm not gonna lie. At this point in my life here, you either love me for me or we weren't really meant to be. No need to waste time. Life is too short to be unhappy. But I think I'm okay, body-wise. Wallet-wise, definitely. Body-wise, always improve. Don't do it for anybody else, do it for yourself. So now I'm gonna go ahead, trek through the lobby, go upstairs. Usually there's a cafe down here at the where the lobby is, but if I go in there, you know, I start watching a few YouTube videos, because like I always like to check up how like all the YouTube channels are doing, product gymming and all that. And then I could start, like, you know, I might see a few comments I want to respond to, and then like, you know, there's always a bunch of other suggested content, like what's something that's really cool coming up on Netflix. It's easily to get distracted, so I skip the cafe because like you're not just gonna go ahead and watch. I have an amazing view here, but you're not gonna watch that. We're all like addicted to our phones, so I try to use the phone as little as possible. In fact, this is actually why like documenting your journey is so important, because this has actually made me so much more efficient with my time, because I'm looking at the clock right now, like 2 minutes and 27 seconds, right? Holy. So right now we're in a flow state. Sometimes I'll also go ahead and just, it's crazy. If there's a problem, I think there's one of my superpowers, but like it's actually not, because I was reading this one book about flow and how you activate your like creative subconscious. If I'm thinking about a problem I can't solve and I go ahead and sweat, either like I hop on the cardio machine or I hop in the steam room, this is actually one of the key reasons why I invested $400 at the Equinox Hudson Yards membership, even though it was like $400 a month, was because like any type of problem that's in front of my face, any type of blocker, as soon as I came out of the steam room, I came up with all these ideas. And I think, I don't know, I mean, I could spend more time doing research on it, but it doesn't matter because it works, you know? Like, it just activates something. So like sweating, steaming, walking, showering, sleeping, all the S's. I should make a whole video on that. If I think about a problem that I can't solve, or like I'm feeling very frustrated by something at work, because as an entrepreneur, you're naturally very impatient. I'm kind of impatient to begin with, so like, you know, the fact that I'm an entrepreneur makes me that much more impatient. Yeah, so now it's time to go out there, head up, get some water, start thinking about how to go out there and attack my day. Let's get it. Going back into the lobby again. One more time for the fans. Head up. Oh, so old Chinese couple just arguing about how much the bill came out to be. Took 2 separate elevators up. Got off right now at the same time, just continued arguing. Alright, so now strolling back down to my freaking hallway. Seems like cleaning staff is out. Alright. Yeah, so yeah, people have also asked me like, what kind of apartment, Rich, do you live in right now? And I said, well, serviced apartment. That's a very nice way of saying like it's kind of half hotel, half apartment. Like, oh, they're very flexible about how you want to spend money out here in this part of the world. So if you want to get it, by all means, they're always happy to help. And the reason for that is tons of expats live here. I've also, like, in my time of traveling, I've been seeing more and more Asian people, like Asian American professionals, actually come back. It's actually one of the things that I'm part of so many things, but I feel like so many people need my help. But like, oh, beautiful day. A little gratitude here. Oh my gosh, I love this view. I really do. How's my breath? All right, it's time to wash the hands. Hygiene's very, very, very important. Get out of this freaking shirt. Oh my gosh, I love these Nikes. It's like so versatile, especially in the winter time. You just put this thing underneath that Uniqlo Heat Tech. Oh my gosh, extra warm. Summertime, anti-wear. Oh. I think the only thing more badass than Nike is probably like Under Armour, because it's like so used by the military. You just feel like that's like that extra, you know, something. Yeah, interesting enough. Yep, let's go ahead and get ready to prioritize our day. All right, back with the new shirt. So right around this time, I go ahead and I start thinking about in terms of how to plan my day. I make my to-do list the night before. But to tell you the truth, I never remember what it is that I have to do. I have to remember that list. But when I come back here, I think like the most important thing that I try to remind myself of every single day is, why am I even doing whatever it is that I'm doing, right? Yeah, there we go. Why is it I'm doing even whatever it is that we're doing? And it's ultimately to have a better life. I mean, what am I gonna do with this money? I review my values, and ultimately, like, I really enjoy making an impact on other people's lives, but something that I enjoy more is actually providing. I saw this thing, the guy's name, Scaling with Systems, Ravi Abuvala. I follow him on Instagram, and he had this one it's called the Life Manifesto. And it was like, you know, he wrote this whole thing out. I remember I took a screenshot that I really liked, and it said it was really long, but the one sentence that stood out to me the most was, I treat my friends, you know, we regularly host like meetups, networking events. It was, I think, between him and his wife or fiance. I don't know the man personally, but I'm a big fan of his content. And he helps companies like kind of like mine automate our businesses. Like the coaching and consulting space, but it said something along the lines of like, you know, and we treat our friends and family to like 5-star VIP guest experiences or something along those lines. So like, it's actually pretty crazy because like, I think that's so awesome, because I feel very happy making the people that I care about the most feel really happy. My parents are coming to Asia this year, and there's so many friends that are getting married. Seems like as you're getting older, it's like more and more and more. I know that part I'm working on it too, folks. But sometimes it's just like I do enjoy my single life a little bit. Not like I'm like, my degenerate days are largely over. But I do like kind of enjoy my own time. But like I absolutely love that. And so my ultimate kind of like life value in terms of what's aligned with me is like traveling, seeing people that I care about, eating good food, experiencing culture. I was a history major back at school. I love going to like historical sites, seeing museums. I'm like the guy that geeks out on like reading every little like thing on the when you go to like a museum. I did a boys trip to Osaka. Went to Osaka Castle. Every single floor, every little thing, I was reading it in English, and then I was reading it in Chinese, and then I was reading it in Korean. And these guys are like, "Can you hurry the fuck up?" It's like, dude, it's gonna it's a piece of history right here. But like I geek out on that stuff. So like I studied like history, film, and philosophy. So the rest of my days, I largely, when we get acquired, get bought out, I'd largely be just spending my time reading about history, studying films and watching movies, going to a few premieres, and then like studying philosophy. I would just kind of just be spending the rest of my life just doing that and eating. That's what I would be doing. So I have to think like when I'm prioritizing my day, because I can get a lot of things done. If it's like what I've noticed a lot of entrepreneurs is that whichever priority that you're gonna spend the most amount of your time on usually make a difference. Like when my team told me, Rich, we need you to blitz YouTube, like did it. Every now and then the market changes in terms of like, it was a very different market when we were helping people land jobs during COVID. That was obviously where I was needed the most. So I had no problem spending that time there, or like figuring out LinkedIn, or like, the algorithm with the ads kind of changed again. Grabbing my water here. Ice. Why do you have a Korean bottle of water in Hong Kong? It was down there at the store. And there is a deal for 6-pack. So I bought it. Yeah, so when I think about like, okay, what are all the things that only I could do? I do host calls, I host live trainings, I record YouTube, and I do this basically for 3 offers. So how do I prioritize my day? Honestly, everything needs to get tackled, and there's only so much time. So you got to think about what's going to make the biggest impact. For me, the biggest impact is actually tech sales and cybersecurity, and then product management third. Why is that? Well, with tech sales, companies usually hire in batches for one. It's going to piss off a lot of product managers. But in tech sales, companies hire in batches. So they hire about like 8, 12, 15, sometimes 20 tech salespeople for a tech company. And the reason for that is sales is hard. You got to deal with a lot of rejection. And if I'm going to convince one hiring manager to get, to do a hiring partnership with us, I'd rather go ahead and convince a company to go out there and hire multiple people, because now it offboards them. The other thing here, and why that impact is actually so important, and how we've gotten a lot more breaking into companies, is that companies that hire for a lot of tech sales folks also hire for a lot of product managers. Because the reason for that is, if you have a software product that is already selling on its own, you, generally speaking, hire more salespeople because you're getting it out there. If you are cutting back on your sales force, that just means that your product is either not ready for the market, or the market condition has changed, thus that it's not a product that is like, in demand as much. So think about it this way. There's a time when BlackBerry was really hot, and I'm just giving out examples. BlackBerry's not a software product, it's a hardware product. But like, it's, got butchered. Tinder, right? If you're talking about B2C, right? So like, you're talking about 10, 20 years ago, they're probably talking about like, in terms of like cybersecurity software, or like antivirus software. You had like Norton antivirus. I think every kid had that growing up, downloading music and then having to like, off a Napster. Oh gosh, I think I just, for the people that remember Napster. But now it's just like, that's not like, well, there's so many other competitors, right? So many people do something better. So like, it makes like a huge impact. Definitely cybersecurity is next, because that's the next frontier. A lot of companies are hiring for that. And then of course, product managers. I have to choose at the end of the day something to start off with first. And the more I think about what is it that I have to start off with, the more of a problem we're gonna have. In terms of what's the priorities for the 3 is like, well, the first thing I prioritize is actually getting people results. So that comes down to creating content. I also follow up with, help my team, like whether or not they're following up with the past leads, meeting up with my ads person, and then recording content and creating resources. Other than that, documenting the entire journey all the way through my personal brand and all that. And yeah, it's always a packed day. It's a very busy day. So like, whoa, I definitely need a scalp massage today. I don't want to leave the building though. Whoa, I don't. But this is like raw and edited. I'm gonna go ahead and start getting some stuff done, and then after that, probably tune in when we're going down to the grocery store, and then yeah, do some more work in the afternoon. I'll probably take a nap if I want to, if I feel like it, and then wake up. Today's typical Monday is I also have it's Sunday night right now back in America. Monday nights for me is usually very, 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 very heavy just because I'm back to back to back to back, and then I also have some calls. And then Tuesday morning is Monday night. So those are my first batch of coaching calls that are starting for the week. Gotta go ahead and take care of those people. So let's go ahead and let's get it. Let's get that money. Alrighty, so I just did my lunch. I just ordered it. Afterwards, after that last clip, I'm just gonna keep it real with y'all. I feel like I could, and if I can't, well then, whatevs, but oh my gosh. I took a nap, and that was glorious. And then I ordered some food, and it was not so glorious. It was actually probably the worst takeout order I've ever had in Hong Kong, in Asia, period. It was called Waki. Oh. Something about the way that even just the packaging look was just off. So what happens when you try to save 20 Hong Kong dollars? So we're gonna head down to the store, get some fruit. Get some fruit. And then, take a little walk. Because regardless of the meal's good or not in Hong Kong, you gotta walk, because the stuff here is just really greasy. I will start cooking again once I figure out my legitimate apartment situation and my kitchen. Alcohol counter. Oh man, everything's all nicely packaged up. Get some fruits. Putting totally hot garbage literally in my stomach. Oh my gosh, Tasmanian cherries. What bad economy. Alright, so I just got back from the store, and because lunch was so atrocious, that's why you gotta make sure that dessert is legit, right? So I'm not gonna eat the whole thing, but just get a little bit of sugar in my system right before I go ahead and actually just make sure that some key things are getting taken care of, and I'm delegating it. So, what's the first thing that we always do here? few things. Number one, follow up. Most people, I don't care if you're looking for a job or if you're trying to convert more clients or students, most people are going to be dragging their feet because one reason why most people procrastinate on making a transition or any type of transformation is because it requires them to be uncomfortable. And they're about to be uncomfortable. So, you gotta go ahead and kind of knock on the door a little bit. Second thing that we need to do, hiring partnership outreach. The more hiring partners we get, gives us more leverage in the marketplace. It also helps our people get out of here faster. Third thing is, well, uploading content. Checking in with your community. Because that's ultimately what people want, is that sense of community. And then uploading content. Those things, if you can just be consistent with those 4 things, you won't starve in this racket. Pretty much. And then, we gotta put out some more content like this to attract more people into the funnel. So it's always what? Attract, convert, immerse, and extend. And what else? That's pretty much it. I'm gonna get ready for a weekend trip. So there's a few things I need to go ahead and grab. I've also recorded a bunch of content. What else do I need? Take a little afternoon walk. Maybe take another nap. Oh, sleep is fantastic. You need to be sleeping more. Well, I used to be very anti-sleep when I was younger, started this racket. Well, so is Bill Gates. I mean, what I pull in a year is like a drop in the bucket for him. But, you know, the lack of sleep, on top of like it not being good for your overall physical health, like, it's actually not good for you. Period. You need to be healthy to be successful. You need to be happy to be successful. You need to be creative to be successful. You need to be operating at your highest level to be successful. Most people are chasing success, thinking that it's going to make them happier, make them healthier, make them more creative, all that. They have the game like all wrong. You got to focus on yourself first. And true to the word, this little pineapple bun that I've been nibbling on, supposed to only eat half, but yeah. What'd you say about health, Rich? I'll say you gotta be happy. No, I gotta chomp this thing down. Oh man. Nah, alright. This is a little flake right here. Oh, it's so bad. I think so many people put up this fake ass content about what their day in the life looks like. This is a day in the life for me. None of that. Fake content for clout. Most of the time, you're working, you kind of hit a flow state and you basically can't stop. And then you gotta tell yourself to stop because you know you're like overexhausting yourself a little bit. But the starting of it, getting that engine started, the longer that you've been in this business, it gets a little bit harder. Whew. That was amazing. Now we're just gonna chomp down on this Chinese New Year Coca-Cola. I don't know when I had this habit, which is like, well, all right. Let's get to work. Let's get to work because we got a trip going on this weekend, and we gotta get ready for the trip. We definitely gotta get ready for the trip. So let me see here. All right. So I got what? Tech sales is first. The second thing is beyond tech sales is cybersecurity, then product management. We got a lot of work to go ahead and do, so let's kind of get in on it. All right, let's go. All right, so I just got done with work. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm gonna take a little stroll around. There's a mall I haven't checked out yet. And Asian malls in Asia are way cooler than the malls in America. It's cleaner, safer. More importantly, all that crap aside, the food court at Asian malls just rock. I don't know why Americans have such low standards for food. Street food in America is horrible, for the most part. But that, like, I mean, I ate a crap ton of halal bowls too when I was in New York, and I love like a ton of like taco trucks when I go to LA. That's where I grew up. But I'm just talking about like the general, overall street food scene in America. Very lacking compared to Asia. I'm ready for all the body shaming. I don't care. Fit and healthy. I get these DMs. They're like, how much does Rich eat every single day? As much as I want. I didn't grow up with that much money. If I see something I want to go out there and stuff my face into it, I'm going to do it right on the spot. Body shaming. But I do have to thank my dad for good genetics. And my mom. Apparently I have like 8 times the metabolism of like a normal human being. Thank God for that. But got a lot of content done. And I'm just like, I could do some more work, but then I took a look at this and I'm like, I'm just gonna go for a stroll. It's such a beautiful day. And just in case my team is wondering, the most important thing about being a coach is actually the live interaction that you're having with your clients, if you're a consultant, or your students, or your members or subscribers, when you're a coach. Because people cannot, there is a trust recession, but there's also a bandwidth recession. So one of the things when I think about like working all day, all night, all weekend is this. Let's just assume everything's a yes 5 times over. And let's just assume everything's no 5 times over. It's like, yes, they do trust us. Yes, they do enroll. Yes, they do pay up. Yes, they do it. Like, most of them can't stay consistent unless we're keeping everybody accountable. So either way, well, let's just assume like, no. That's why our YouTube Live is actually our best converter, because people, again, they buy the community. And enough talking, enough snacking. I'm gonna get a little sippy sip of water. And let's go ahead and head over to Wan Chai. There's a new mall. I haven't seen it. It's completely decked out right now because it's Chinese New Year. Chinese New Year is a very big holiday out here, obviously, but like, I think it's even bigger than Christmas. It's bigger than Christmas, but I'm gonna go ahead, walk around, see what's good. If it looks good, we're gonna eat it. Yeah. Because, and I earned it because tonight, it's Monday. So I'm gonna have calls with New York at nighttime. And tomorrow morning, I got my coaching call starting all over again. So, and I've already delegated over to my team what they need to go ahead and do. It's also the big thing about that. Another thing is like, because I'm getting so many hours ahead of my team, I can just spend all of my time delegating things over to them, and then they're just taking care of it while I'm asleep. I'm a total believer in the remote workforce, and the reason for that is, why bring on people that you can't trust? If you're gonna bring them on, you should trust them. If you don't trust them, you shouldn't bring them on. Plus, like, if you're talking about like other workforces right now that are like, if you're in crypto, you have a global work team, right? If you're in AI, you have a global work team, and if everybody loves what they're doing, and everybody's getting a piece of the action, you know, in terms of like everybody's collectively like has skin in the game, there's no reason for people to not be doing work, you know? How pumped up are you getting zapped on the job at like a fulfillment center for Amazon, and then you see Jeff Bezos popping bottles, you know, like, yeah, dude. And then now you're telling me I gotta freaking go to the office, you jerk. What's wrong with you, man? You don't own me. That's why so many people are just rolling into my side hustle course, is because like they're feeling like this is largely like a one-sided love affair. Like, I think everybody kind of goes through that phase where they deliver hardcore for their company, and they realize, like, I delivered an A+ assignment, my pay didn't change. I delivered a B- assignment, my pay didn't change. The only thing stopping for me from leaving is I just really don't want to go ahead and apply to jobs and do the interview process and ride that emotional roller coaster, right? Yeah, so that's like it. But like, that's why people are just like, so many people are just looking to make money on like TikTok and like Instagram and YouTube. So let's hit the town. Let's get our 10,000 steps in for the day. I don't know how I ended up here, but I found this little passageway. That is the Bank of China building. It is an iconic building in Hong Kong. They ever did a Money Heist Hong Kong edition? I mean, it'd be that building they're trying to rob. Good luck. It's probably not going to happen. You do not want to test them. This is cool. It's like an old school Japanese coffee shop. Very old school. It's like something you'd see in like those like movies about like old school Japan. This is the Hopwell Center. I guess this is the courtyard here. I've never been here before. Japanese restaurant. Wow. This is quintessential Hong Kong right here. There's a shop in there. Hopwell Center. Oh. Alright. I think I've seen enough. Let's go ahead and move out. Half chicken, half steak, black pepper rice. Amazing. You want to make sure that you have at least one alcoholic beverage before retiring for the evening. Just kidding. I'm a holiday. Usually though, I won't be drinking on Monday, but it's Chinese New Year. So overall, we got about pretty productive day done. In about 2 hours, I'll start having calls in New York with the team over there about what has happened since last week, what we need to go ahead and do this upcoming week. A few updates. It's coming up against the last week of the month. So first month, January, we got 11 more to go. This flew by quick. So we got that, and then in addition to that, Tuesday night we got tons of stuff to do. Wednesday is the big day. Tuesday is actually Chinese New Year's. I think either Tuesday or Wednesday is Chinese New Year's Eve. But Wednesday is the big family dinner, and then Thursday I got a trip out for where it is that I'm heading off. Actually, is it Thursday? I forgot, but we have the trip that's coming up here on this weekend, and then getting ready to start February on the right note. Q1 is looking delicious. All right, let's wrap up the day. Back home. Went to the mall earlier today. I'm getting ready to do a trip. And then heat tech. Got heat tech. Because I get cold very, very, very easily. This LA body was just not built for this. So heat tech and some other stuff from Uniqlo, obviously. Funny enough, I actually didn't think that Hong Kong was going to be this cold, but people are buying this stuff. I went out there, got my shirts, got my bottoms, the leggings, and I am looking forward to getting real snug with it. A lot of buildings actually here, the service apartments, they don't actually have the heaters. But because I've asked nicely, this is actually why I always believe you can kill people with kindness, is they were nice enough to bring over a portable one. So service apartments really rock, even though by local standards it's like kind of overpriced. The one that I'm living at right now is, I think if I did the conversion correctly, and the overall like currency, a lot of the currency around Asia has taken like a dramatic hit, especially in Korea. Currency took a massive dive after martial law went not the way that the former president intended it to. But all in all, 2 leggings, 3 shirts, all right here. I'm gonna go out there and be very warm because I got a trip coming up this weekend, and it's gonna be a wonderful trip. But I gotta get everything unboxed. It's not gonna go out there. It's gonna be easier fit in my luggage. But overall today, not a bad day. Woke up, went to the gym, didn't get this chance to go out there and hit the weights, but definitely did more than 10,000 steps walking around today. I have piped up pretty much all the content that I need for the entire month, I think, and then some, but I'm gonna be recording even more content than that. On average right now, I'm recording about anywhere between, I'd say, 40 to 60 videos like a day, all long form. And it's been really working out, referencing school, and then also like generating the higher ticket offers. Walked around. There was one footage I did not show today, which was walking. There was this one street in Causeway Bay area where it was just like butcher shop after. It was literally blood on. I've never seen anything like this, and I've been a part of tons of meat markets before, but it was just blood like on the street. Oh my gosh. Had a nice little drink. That sound that you're hearing in the back is the heater that they had just provided for me. So I love service apartments because like everything comes furnished, and I don't have to worry about like bringing anything with me. But overall, today's a good day. Thanks for watching. This is the day in my life. No editing. People ask me like what, like sometimes people actually ask me like, Rich, like why don't you edit? And I was like, honestly speaking, I think editing is just another form of procrastination. Most of my YouTube videos, as you can see, it's just done on Loom or it's just done raw on iPhone. And I don't believe it needs any more than that. All the graphics and all that bullshit, I mean, it's just like, I don't know, maybe because I just like things like the way that it is. It to me, it's just not necessary. Not necessary at all. I don't really believe in it. So, and with that said, the most important thing that I have is people really want, in terms of your content, people want to see results more than anything. People want to see real results. So my best defense is really the live content. You know, the live content is what gets me all of my these nice little leggings here. I'm gonna go somewhere fun this weekend. Hopefully you'll be coming with me, but you're gonna love it. The live content, here's what I realized. Live content and documenting and streaming live engagement has been my best offense and my best defense as a high ticket offer. And I'll tell you why. Because that's what people really want right now. They don't want like recorded content to drive results. They want more live content. So that just lets, you know, people see what it is that we're all about. That gets people to join. That gets people more success. That gives me more FaceTime with them, which means like they want to do more testimonials with me. Like a lot of like I see like a lot of these coaching offers. Most of them don't work. And the ones that do, it's because people figured out how to make it work for them. So all of a sudden, when these people ask, like, hey, can you give me a testimonial? People are like, what, why? Why the hell would I do that? Because, like, I didn't really feel like, I felt like, yeah, you had a really good framework, but I had to go ahead and make it work for myself. And all of a sudden, you kind of want to go and get a testimonial from me so you can continue printing cash. And that doesn't do anything for me. That doesn't do anything for me at all. It actually only helps you. So live engagements, the success of this business, if you want to be in the racket of like helping people make a transition, is how much live engagement can you go ahead and provide people. Because the more live engagement that you can provide people, the more they're going to want to watch your YouTube videos. The easier it's going to be for you to figure out like what type of YouTube videos for you to go out there and create. The easier it's going to be for you to build up your brand, get subscribers, get watch hours. Everything just comes from live. So why wouldn't you just do more live? So, you know, most of my time, I just get to do whatever I want because I'm just spending the rest of that time on live. It's not like anybody's doing any, like, you know, even if you had the best recorded content, most people right now in a bandwidth recession can't even begin to take action on it. But, you know, I'm going to go out there and trash all these boxes now. Oh, what? Okay. And then go back to living my best life. So like, I'm not afraid to show people what it is that I've got because like that's the best form of marketing. And then now, we're just here to print cash. So if you are ready, come and see me in my boss school already. Be a part of my mastermind. Okay? Be a part of my mastermind. With that said, I'll see you. Okay? I will see you in school. Don't be late to school. Everything is in school. Okay? And subscribe to all of my channels. Okay? I'll see you there. Thank you for hanging out with me today. Hopefully we'll see each other very, very soon. I'm rallying for people to come and hang out with me in Korea and in April. See you there.